So I didn't think the Harry Potter movies can get better, but they did. It got so good. This is the 7th movie, or the 7th book. 7th movie and 7th book, actually. Now you're like, what the heck are you talking about, my guy? Well, because they split this one. So this is the 7th book of the Harry Potter series. It got split into 2 movies. 7 part 1 and then 7 part 2, the Deathly Hallows. And when I first heard the series of Harry Potter Deathly Hallows, I didn't know what it was. I thought maybe it was like some kind of monster, some kind of thing, or some like, woods or something like that. And then I kind of find out what it really is, and I wasn't disappointed. I was actually kind of like more intrigued into the story and the lore and the background of freaking Harry Potter. And this movie, to me, which is probably like the setup movie to the big finale, I love it. I love this more than the 6th movie. Like, this movie, from everything, was done so well, and we need to get off our chest. We gotta go ahead and get this one started. So let's go ahead and get into this episode of Movie Breakdowns, which is Harry Potter 7 Part 1, The Deathly Hallows. What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Movie Breakdowns. I'm your host, Ali Zakka, and what is Movie Breakdowns? It's a movie review series where we look at new and old movies, give them grade A through F. Plus and minuses do count. And there's a movie you want me to review, let me know. Please put in the comment section below. I'll try to get to it as best I can. And I have a Patreon. On this Patreon, you jump in line in front of everybody. You get ahead of everybody. You get the cut because you pay for me and my service to review series and review movies. So, what you get with this, when you pay $7 a month, you get any movie review you want. Any requests, I jump into it, I get it done right off the bat. You also get movie reviews before they can come out on YouTube and Facebook, if I can put them on Facebook, because most of it's on YouTube. And you get movie reactions, trailer reactions, my first thoughts, all a bunch of other things. But that's my Patreon, Patreon/Ali Zakka. So, yeah, if you want more of me and want more content, that's where you go find it. Now, let's get into Harry Potter 7 and Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. Harry Potter 7 and Deathly Hallows Part 1. Just Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1. Yeah, this is the 7th movie of the Harry Potter series, the 7th episode, and I love this episode so much more than all the other movies so far. It has gotten better and better, and I thought the 6th one was really good. This one just tops it over. But let's talk about a few things real quick. First thoughts. In the 6th movie, I forgot to mention this in my review, there's no Voldemort. There's Tom Riddle, but there's no Voldemort. They talk about Voldemort, but Ralph Fiennes, who plays Voldemort, is not in the series, not in that movie at all. And that's done really well. That's a good movie where you can talk about the main villain and not even show him not once. That was great. I love that. That really, to me, for them doing that, just made that movie just, the A- that it got. And also, another thing I forgot to mention is how dumb Harry Potter is. And this actually falls into this movie as well. Watching the series, I didn't realize how dumb Harry Potter was. Like, he doesn't think. He just charged into stuff. And the 5th one showed it a little bit when he was like going to find the Oracle and fight the bad guys. So, like, we're like, wait a minute, Harry, you have a team here. And then he runs after Lestrange after she kills Sirius. Like, just run after him, but that made sense. It was in the moment. This one, Harry Potter, and the 6th one, when he does his dumb move, he already had time to contemplate and reflect over Sirius' death. So when Lestrange shows up at the safe house, which is the Weasley's home, Harry just like Lestrange comes up, throws the ball of fire down, and then just sits there and waits for Harry to show up, and then bring Harry into the cornfield, and Harry chased after her, which was stupid, and because everybody else go chase after Harry, versus Harry sit there and like, no, we're in the safe spot. You're gonna fight us on our ground here. We're not gonna chase you. So Harry doesn't think. In this movie, when the Deathly Hallows gets revealed, he was like, I don't know what the Deathly Hallows are. Like, they go talk to Luna's father, and he explains to them the story of the Deathly Hallows, who Emma Watson, Hermione has. She has a story and she talks about it. Ron hears the story. Harry's the only one who hasn't heard the story, so they do exposition in a good way. Like, it was good. And they talk about the three things that if one has all three, they become the master of death. and becomes the most powerful person. The Elder Wand, which Dumbledore has, the Restoration Stone, which brings somebody back to life, and the third one, the Cloak of Invisibility. Harry's like, I don't know what these things are. What are these? Please explain it more. Harry, you have the Cloak of Invisibility. You have the Cloak of Invisibility. Why don't you know what these things are when you have one of the three? It made no sense. And by the way, those three make the Deathly Hallows, which I was okay with. And I like the backstory. But Harry has one of the three, and he was like, I don't know what these are. What are these? Dude, you're smarter than this. God dang it, kid. Think. But yeah, that's my gripe about Harry Potter in the series, is that he's not as intelligent, and you'll think that after all these events that happened to him up to this point in his life, that he would think a little bit harder about doing certain things and going into certain things. Like, there's a part where he's just gonna walk off from the safe house to go and find the Horcruxes, but with no help again. And Ryan had to stop him. Ryan's like, well, let's wait till after the wedding, which is not a smart part on their part. That was dumb as all get out, because beginning of the movie, the Death Eaters and Voldemort decided to go like attack Harry from the jump. So the movie starts off with a very like sad tune, serious tune, like it's stuff about to happen. Hermione wipes her parents' minds away. Like they're preparing to leave for a very long time. It starts to reveal itself, and the movie's done so well. The lighting, the opener was great, and right off the bat you get everybody in the Order of the Phoenix shows up at Harry's place like, hey man, we're gonna pretend to be you so we can get you out of London. And when they try to escape, the Death Eaters come out of nowhere. They start attacking all the Harry Potters because the Order of the Phoenix changed themselves into Harry. So there's like 6 or 7 different Harrys. And Voldemort finds the right one, and that's with Hagrid. And they fight off Hagrid, Hagrid and Harry fight off Voldemort, escape to the safe house, and actually one of the Weasley brothers is really injured, and Mad-Eye Moody gets killed off screen. I wish I would have got to get to meet these characters a little more. Mad-Eye Moody was kind of cool when he was played by Barty Crouch Jr., but yeah, so he gets killed. Okay. By one of the Order of the Phoenix who betrays him. And of course it's the new guy that his name's not even that important to remember. I'm just gonna put a picture here. But he shows up for this one scene and then leaves and comes back for another scene to kind of explain where the plot goes. Alright. Sure, and right off the bat I knew he was a bad guy, but once again, this is a kids movie. I'm not really gonna be like that nitpicky about it. As long as the story was done well and it made sense and it flowed, sure, I was able to roll with it. And the wedding happens, where this is where Harry Potter gets to meet Luna's father, and I was kind of wondering, like, man, Harry's so awkward, and he listens to all these people about Dumbledore's past and stuff like that, and which leads into the Death Eaters attacking the wedding, which is a dumb thing for the good guys to do, to have a wedding. We'll have a wedding in a safe spot. Ron's place is one of the spots to be attacked, so why have a wedding there? But whatever, they do. Harry, Hermione, and Ron escape, and they decided to like plan and say like, okay, let's do this. Let's figure out some stuff. They go back to Sirius' home, and they start looking for the other Horcrux, which is the amulet that was a fake in the first movie. And they find where the person RAB's place is, which is in Sirius' place. He's Sirius' brother, I believe. But they find him, and then Dobby comes back with the other elf, and they bring the guy who betrays the Potters, who betrayed the Order of the Phoenix in, and he says, yeah, it's with this lady named Umbridge. Oh, Umbridge, you're back in my movie. And you know what? You still get off easily, I feel like. But this is probably one of my favorite things, that Harry, Ron, and Hermione decides to disguise themselves as members of the Ministry, and they go in and try not to get caught and find, where is the third Horcrux. They search all over the place. A bunch of shenanigans happens. Ron gets so into his character, so into the person, that he acts like he's married to this woman. He tries to save his wife, which is hilarious. Then she realizes, oh, you're not my husband. My husband's in his boxers and a t-shirt. And who are you? And Ron's like, oh yeah, but they was told not to act out of character, be the person they're supposed to be. So I like that. I like the storyline. I like how they beat Umbridge, and like they just pretty much knock her out and take the amulet, and they run. And this guy's chasing them, and Hermione decides to shift them to another location that's in the middle of nowhere, but at the same time Ron gets cut. It just also lost me. She explains what happened, but it lost me because they go back to where it was, but then she said in mid-transportation, I decided to cut us off into another direction because he was right there behind us. Because the dude jumps into the portal with them. I did not know you can do that, but she does it somehow because Hermione is Hermione. And Ron gets killed, gets pretty much badly hurt, and Hermione heals him, and they're now like on this journey to find the other Horcruxes, but also find a way to destroy this Horcrux, because they can't destroy it with just magic alone. They need something that, like venom, or the venom of the snake to destroy the Horcrux, which the snake is from episode 2. The giant basilisk, they need a basilisk venom because it's probably powerful enough to destroy the Horcrux. So they're trying to figure out how to do this, and they realize, oh, the sword of Gryffindor is the one who can cut it because it has the blood from the basilisk still on it. They never cleaned the sword? Okay, we'll roll with it. But it's cool. Once again, this is me nitpicking. I'm down with it. And throughout this whole movie, they're on a journey, and they're kind of wandering around. They don't know what's going on, how to plan for anything. Ron is getting more and more agitated with Harry, and his jealousy of the show because he sees Harry and Hermione getting closer together. You know, Hermione already pretty much said that, like, I'm in love with you. Not say it, but they've been hinting at it so much that you're like, they're a relationship. I already thought there was a relationship at this point in the movie. I literally did. I had no idea that on screen. They didn't really validate it yet, but I felt like they already spoken that when we were off the screen, that during the summer vacation, that Ron and Hermione have already been in a relationship. They already together, already said, you know, we're a thing. So they get jealous of each other, and Ron is really jealous of Harry and Hermione's relationship. And this Horcrux, the amulet, has a ring effect. You ever seen the movie The Ring? It's like they put the Horcrux on, and it keeps giving them like the darkest thoughts and feelings and anger. It keeps perpetuated onto them and make them more and more like sinister thoughts and sinister thinking, and make them jealous of one another. Kind of like how the ring was corrupting Frodo's mind. The Horcrux was corrupting Ron, Harry, and Hermione's mind. They would take turns putting on the Horcrux to kind of find a way to, like, I guess, so one person had to hold the burden of the mind corruption. But to me, I was just like, why don't they just keep it in their pocket? Why they keep putting it on around their neck? Just put it in your pocket, put it in a bag, and hold it with you. You're not gonna lose the bag. You guys have been traveling for so long. But anyway, Ron hears this. Ron keeps listening to the radio. All these people are dying, and because Voldemort has got the ministry to find Muggles, which I think is such a racist word. Non wizards, regular humans, got them like getting captured by the ministry, and the ministry is killing them off, left and right. If they don't know what's going on, they're killing them. They don't know what's going on, they're killing them. And Ron is listening to this because he don't want his family getting caught next, and he really wants to make sure that nobody he loves gets caught. So he listens to the radio, and he's like, we're wasting our time here, Harry. What are you doing? Harry's like, I don't know what I'm doing, man. I'm just traveling around trying to figure out what the next thing is. And they're trying to find the sword, and they're going all over the place. And Ron's like, you know what, man? Forget you, Harry. Forget you and your left eyeball. I'm out of here. And he really just goes in on Ron and Hermione. Not Ron, but Ron goes in on Harry and Hermione and pretty much says, you two are meant for each other, whatever. And you're the chosen one. And I'm just little Ron here. I'm like, Ron, you're still jealous, my guy? All these movies, you're still jealous? Which I kind of like that, and it made a little sense because Ron always been like the third wheel in all the movies. Like, he never really been that guy who had his part. So it made sense. They didn't build him up, so I can see him being that jealous character. The Krillin of the group, I hate to say, and he leaves the group. So they just leaves Hermione and Harry to go and travel on their own, and they have a very cool moment where Harry trying to pick Hermione up because he sees that she's down. They have like this little dance scene, which was pretty neat. It was pretty cool. Harry's still awkward as all get out, but it was like a moment of joy and a moment of like, hey, it's not as bad as it seems. We can get him overcome this. And Harry being a good friend to Hermione. And I'm so glad they didn't tease the kiss scene there, because I've been so mad, because we already established that Hermione and Ron are a thing. Don't let Harry be that third piece. And they didn't do it. I give the movie props for that. And that was actually, I think, before, if not after, where they go back to Harry's hometown, find his parents' grave, and come across the snake, Voldemort's snake, Nagini, and she could transfer into an old lady and then try to attack Harry and Hermione. They escape, they get out of there, and they go back to, this is when they go back to like one of Hermione's old places. Harry sits and watch. His wand is broken, so he takes Hermione's wand. He sits and watch, and then a doe comes out of nowhere. He follows the doe and finds the sword. Tries to get into the ice to break the sword and gets caught underneath himself. And then somebody comes to save him, and it's Ron. Ron comes out of nowhere for the rescue, and you're like, okay, I'm down with this. And Ron explains how he got there, because at the beginning of the movie, Dumbledore gave Hermione, Ron, and Harry like 3 treasures and told them that each one would come in handy. He gave Ron this thing where he can light up rooms and then take the light back out. Well, it also helped him find Hermione because he's in love with Hermione. Harry got his first Quidditch, or his first snitch, from the Quidditch game in episode 1, and he kisses it and it has words on it, but it doesn't really show what it is yet. And then Hermione got a book that has the sign of the Deathly Hallows in it, which after they get the sword, they go and figure out what the Deathly Hallows is. They go to Luna's Lovegood's place. She's been kidnapped. Mr. Lovegood explains the Deathly Hallows stories to them and then betrays them, which the Death Eaters come out of nowhere to try to capture them. They escape. Death Eaters follow them, and it's really cool forest scene, chase scene, where the music comes less to nothing. It's just them running, and this is when a shaky cam is done really, really well. It is done super well in this movie, because you're running through a forest. It's not in a straight line. They're running all over the place. They're jumping over things, and that's when the shaky cam is coming to place. This is when it's good. The 5th movie didn't do it right. The 5th movie, them running in a straight line and showing the shaky cam was unnecessary. Harry chasing after Lestrange in the straight line, unnecessary. This one, where they're jumping over like debris and weaving bobbling through trees and all these other things, that's when a shaky cam is done really well, and the music changes and it's just them breathing. They're just that is when shaky cam is done well, and I gave props to that. The lighting in this movie also fits the movie too. The lighting, the darker tune, the darker theme fits what's going on here. Even in scenes where it's snowy and it could be brighter, it's still dark. And this is done well. Oh my gosh, such a good scene. They get captured. Hermione changes Harry's face so they don't recognize who he is. However, they feel like they recognize it. The Death Eaters feel like they recognize him. So they take and I don't think they're called Death Eaters. I think they're called like scavengers or something like that. They capture 9 wizards and they take them to the Ministry to get tried and get killed. So I don't think they're called the Death Eaters. I think there's a different name, scavengers or hunters or something like that. But anyway, they capture Harry. They were like, this group here is something weird. Oh, they have the sword of Gryffindor. And it's like, this is something weird about this group. We need to take them to Bellatrix Lestrange. And they do. She throws Harry and Ron into the prison, and then she tortures Hermione to figure out what's going on. Dobby comes out of nowhere, thanks to Harry, who has this thing that allowed Dobby to teleport to him, saves the group, which is the most strongest character in the series. I'm glad he's back. He saves the group, and they escape. Draco actually, who has a wand, Harry disarmed Draco, and he disarmed Bellatrix Lestrange. They get out of there, and Bellatrix decides to throw a knife in the teleportation portal, whatever the case may be, and it stabs Dobby. And I don't feel anything. Dobby dies. I don't feel anything. It's a dang shame. It is a sad thing because he was like at the end of the second movie, he had one of the coolest scenes in the series where he steps up and he's like, "I am no longer a slave. I am Dobby. I'm fighting for my rights, and I'm gonna protect Harry Potter." And then this movie, he comes back, still wearing his slave clothes though, which is upsetting, but whatever. Saves the group again, shows that he's a really powerful character, and then just gets killed like that. Dobby wasn't done right in this in this movie, in the movie series. Book probably better. But once again, I'm gonna say this every movie review. I want to watch the journey. I don't want to read the journey. And Dobby should have had at least some kind of presence in the third one, or maybe not the third one, the fourth one, fifth one. Should have been there. Sixth one, and have him go off and do things. Have him be around, but not have him be a part of the movie. Like because you can easily write Dobby in, and then say Dobby has to go off on his own little adventure. That would have been perfectly fine. And then he comes back in the sixth movie. You know, you could have had Dobby be in the fourth movie and be like, "Hey, I want to be here to help, but I got to do a thing." Or in the fifth movie, I'm part of the Order of the Phoenix, but I got to do a thing. So I can't really be there in the final fight scenes. And Dobby is a pacifist in a sense. Like, he doesn't want to hurt or kill anybody. He just want to slightly hurt them. And I get that. But at the same time, he is so powerful that you just wasted a character like this, and it's really frustrating to watch as a movie person and someone who enjoys good character arcs. It was frustrating to watch, and they could have done Dobby so much better. But whatever, it's cool. His death didn't feel like it meant anything because he died such a quick way, and I'm really upset about that. A character I didn't like in the second movie, like he irked me in the first part, and he had that cool redemption arc at the end, and I want to see him do so much better in the rest of the series, and it just gets really just tossed aside. Like, god dang it, they could have done Dobby way better. They could have done way better, but whatever. It's still a good movie, still a great movie actually. That's me just grabbing about a story, a written part, but like in this movie, it was great. For the movie to be what it is a great movie, great things. I just feel like as a series, Dobby was not done well, but in the movie, he was done well. It's phenomenal, phenomenal. So they bury Dobby, they escape, bury Dobby, and Voldemort thought this movie had been sharing Harry Potter's mind, and Harry Potter been seeing what's going on, finds Dumbledore's grave, and removes the Elder Wand from him, and Dumbledore has the wand, not Dumbledore, but Voldemort has the wand, and he shoots it up in the sky with like immense power. And that's how the movie ends, with a cliffhanger. Because now Deathly Hallows Part 2, the 8th movie is gonna be like, oh shoot, it's about to get real. And I love this movie. I cannot, besides me picking out things that are literally nitpicking and writing the overall series stuff, there's not one thing that to me I feel like was done wrong in this movie. This movie was done super great. The tone of the movie was great. The music of the movie was great. The lighting of the movie was great. The movie was, see, how long was this movie? 2 hours and 26 minutes, and it did not feel like 2 hours and 26 minutes. This movie came out in 2010, done so well, really well movie. It's the loss, when the characters felt like they was lost and it felt like they didn't know what they was doing, I really felt like they felt that. I felt like the actors really portrayed that really well. The moments of joy and hope, I felt like it was done really well. This movie is done so great. I cannot it's really a great movie. Now it does have some flaws, like certain things that happen and gotta be exposition dumps to explain, oh, this is how Ryan got cut, this is why Dobby's appearing, oh, this is going on here. So I do give it that, and it's a setup movie, so it's not completely perfect, like it's not 100%, but it's pretty up there. Let's go ahead and do some characters. Emma Watson, Daniel Radcliffe, and Rupert Grant, who plays, you know, Ron, Hermione, and Harry Potter, all great. Ron in this movie has a dark side more than any other character of the group. There's a part where he's like, I want to kill the Death Eaters for attacking us and for them killing, you know, Mad-Eye Moody. And, you know, he was really like, and hurt my brother. Like, he like wanted to finish them, and Hermione doesn't. She actually removes their minds. But like, it was done so well, and like the whole journey and the escapism, them running away and trying to figure out how to survive and how to fight the Horcruxes and defeat the Horcruxes, which they do. Ron actually, probably, I think in all the other movies, this was his movie. This is the movie where he deals with his inner demons and deal with the jealousy that he has for Harry, and the jealousy that Harry been the best one, and then Hermione might be falling in love with Harry. As a matter of fact, when they find the sword, they have to destroy the Horcrux. Harry can't do it because Harry is like, every time the Horcrux is around, he loses his mind. He's kind of a weakened state. Ron is the one who destroyed the Horcrux, but when the Horcrux opens up, they open it up, it shows Ron like Harry and Hermione about to get it on, and how they don't need him, and how he was worthless and all these things. And Harry and Ron like gets the sword of Gryffindor and like just straight slash the demons, his demons away. And it really showed it like, okay, he's overcoming something. He had a little battle there and he overcame it. I freaking love Rupert Grint in this series. He done so well. Emma Watson done so well. Dan Radcliffe done so well. Like, their expressions, their reactions, everything phenomenal. I will keep praising them till the series is over. Alan Rickman, who plays Snape, he's here in the movie. He's still great. Didn't really have to do as much. Tom Felton, who plays Draco at the end of the movie, he's more there. He's there. He's still great for who he is. Jason Isaac is great. Bellatrix Lestrange, who played by Helena Bonham Carter, great. Ralph Fiennes, who played Lord Voldemort, phenomenal. He is the menacing character, the villain. That's all he is. He's the antagonist. He does great too. Ivana Lynch, who played Luna Lovegood, she is great. Toby Jones, who plays Dobby, so well. Done so well in this movie. He is phenomenal. He is great. And his voice acting is great. I do not have any complaints with the characters. I think this movie is really a Ron, Hermione, and Harry movie. And this movie really shows their friendship and shows what they've been through and stuff like that. Done so well. Now, last thoughts. I already talked about the music, talked about the lighting, talked about everything. This movie, I don't have any complaints besides a little nitpicking about the storyline. But other than that, it didn't distract from the movie. Like, you can watch this movie by itself and be completely like understand what's going on, how it happened. If this is the first Harry Potter movie you're watching, you know everything that's up to this point and what's going on. Like, the movie explains it all, so you don't really need to watch 1 through 5 or 1 through 6 to really figure out what the Horcruxes are and what they're doing. Like, the movie kind of lets you know everything up to this point. So it was great. And to finish it off, is it a Friday night movie? Yes. And this movie is going to get an A-, sorry, not an A-, a solid A from me. This movie, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1, the 7th movie of the series, gets an A. A solid A. Like, this movie, the lighting, the characters, the acting, the storyline made sense for this movie. And yet you had exposition dumps here and there, but it all came together. You get to realize, like, okay, this is all right, this is what this is all building towards. And since it's a part 1, you know there's a part 2, and it's building up for this grand battle in part 2. And you're waiting, you're listening, you're figuring out what left and right, the characters' reactions, everything about this movie was done so well and done so great. I love it. If you've seen Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1, what did you think? Please put in the comment section below. I'm giving it an A. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Movie Breakdowns. See you next time. Keep being awesome. Thank you guys for watching this episode. I really appreciate it. Please like, share, subscribe, and tell a friend about my series. Tell a friend about Grind Towards Success. Tell a friend about the Movie Breakdown series. If you really like these episodes, I really appreciate it. It means so much to me. It means so much. I can't tell you how much it means. Like, it's like, I'll be really grateful you just told a friend and share and subscribe to the series. And thank you guys for watching this. Also, if you want to follow my journey outside of YouTube or Facebook, you can go to my Instagram page, and you can follow me on my Instagram page at Ali_Zakka. It's right here. Put it right here in my face. That way you're like, where's his face at? Well, it's right behind the Instagram logo. Yeah, but you can follow me on my Instagram page. And also, if you want another episode of Grind Towards Success or Movie Breakdowns, you can watch the episode of Grind Towards Success right here. You can watch the last episode of Movie Breakdowns right there. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. See you guys next time. Keep being awesome.